Good afternoon. It is Friday, August 27th, 2021. The world is still in a mess, and death is still an enemy. A couple of folks have asked why I don't speak on world issues and give opinions on different events. I usually explain to them, and it's not my job to spoon feed them a political opinion. I'm a pastor, not a pundit. I do not care if my opinion is popular. I'm a pastor, not a pollster. My role is to communicate the scripture and let you and God take it from there. I think you need to be praying about the people left behind in Afghanistan. So I'll share what the scripture says about praying. You and God can take it from there. If you believe the scripture, then you will probably have the understanding that there are a tremendous amount of ungodly people in the world who are striving to limit the influence of God and his people. Sometimes the hardest thing to get well-meaning Christians to realize is that they've fallen victim to the heresy of creeping universalism. They somehow think that everybody is basically nice, that everybody will find their own way to God and heaven, and that God will certainly never punish anyone who spends their whole life ignoring and rejecting God. I kind of wonder if these folks have ever been outside of their own homes or even read any of the Bible. All around us are hurting people who have felt the real enemy of death stalking them or their loved ones, and the very tragic sense of loss and pain deeply affecting those who are so afflicted. King David certainly understood the nature of having enemies wish him harm, and he often prayed for his enemies to find a specific justice. In Psalms chapter 5, verses 9 to 12, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, David describes the characteristics of his enemies. He says, "My enemies cannot speak a truthful word. Their deepest desire is to destroy others. Their talk is foul, like the stench from an open grave. Their tongues are filled with flattery. O God, declare them guilty. Let them be caught in their own traps. Drive them away because of their many sins, for they have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you rejoice. Let them sing joyful praises forever. Spread your protection over them, that all who love your name may be filled with joy. For you bless the godly, O Lord. You surround them with your shield of love." David's characteristics begins with their inability to tell the truth. If you know someone who is always lying, they are an enemy. Please recognize that. He recognizes their desire to destroy. When any person or group of people are seen as less than human and worthy of destruction, that poor valuation of human beings is a characteristic of an enemy. Human life, all human life, is valuable. He says their talk is both foul and flattering. Beware of those who overflatter. They're lying to someone. Don't let it be you. Then David pleads with God to bring them to justice. And in David's mind, this justice includes a public declaration of guilt and the natural consequences of falling victim to the schemes they designed for their erstwhile victims. Then David asks for their banishment. Drive them away. That may mean make them leave the country, or it may mean just to drive them out of their position of influence and power. Then David sings a happy song of praise because God protects and blesses those who follow the Lord. He surrounds them with his shield of love. I would rather pray for God's shield of love than a hedge of protection, because love is much stronger than shrubbery. May God's love surround you and yours this week. God bless you.